Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bran Awareness. This is episode 2. I just wanted to go ahead and create a update video because there's recently been a major change on this channel, and I just kind of also wanted to take the time, figured I might as well just make a video to talk about some stuff that I've kind of want to make some updates about here and there, but I never really could, so I'm just kind of gonna combine all those separate ideas into one big thing. So I guess to start things off, and I've been talking about this a lot, and I've been apologizing for it a lot, but I kind of just want to get into the lack of uploads, and this is actually kind of going to be kind of a major component to the rest of all this stuff, especially compared to previous years and stuff on YouTube. I haven't really been uploading too often. I've been trying to make it more and more regular, but I've not been very successful with that, at least in my opinion. So I guess honestly, I just want to get into the start of it. The first real drought of videos started kind of when I was a little bit more depressed, honestly. Life was just kind of not treating me well, but it's not the full story. That'd be too easy to just pin it all on that. But I mean, that was part of it for a while. But uh, later on, when I kind of got out of it, I don't know. As I got more involved with my school semester, and I obtained a job that I liked, and just in general, I obtained a lot more work and related stuff to my major and stuff just to do between school and work that really kind of took me out of the depression a little bit, just because I guess I could say between doing all that IT stuff, that's kind of what I'm kind of going for more of a social media journalism thing now, but the IT definitely is a major factor in that too, that I've been going through. And I guess just through doing a bunch of different projects and things, I've I kind of got out of my depression just by feeling a sense of fulfillment from that, which is nice. But at the same time, too, that left me with less free time to make videos and do other things that I would like to do. And I guess not only just that, but when I first kind of started this thing, uh, I guess I just wasn't super busy, and making videos was a way to get some sort of fulfillment or some sort of sense of achievement that I have kind of since obtained through, various relationships and work and school related stuff, and just general personal life stuff that I'd rather kind of be focusing on instead, which sounds kind of shitty, but my the same feeling I used to get from finishing a video years and years ago, I don't really feel anymore. Like I feel like a sense of, accomplishment when I upload something and see response and stuff like that, but it's not as, I guess, important feeling to me anymore in the grand scheme of my life compared to some actual real world achievements that I've kind of been focusing on away from online stuff, if that makes sense. And I don't want to say that in a way to kind of shit on any sort of online work like that. Like I said, I'm going into social media, and I mean, I know how important stuff like this is to a lot of people, but for me personally, YouTube's always been a side thing. I want to keep it a side thing. It's not. This is kind of a passion project of mine, and that's kind of what I've been treating it as, and I want it to stay that way. Um, but that kind of leads into the main point I wanted to get with this video and the main reason for this update. As of yesterday, 2 days ago, I don't quite know. I finished all the work that I needed to for it, and this channel is now officially monetized, which probably a lot of people probably didn't even know that it wasn't monetized before, but a lot of people that have been with me for a while probably remember back in the day I used to have some not very nice things to say about a lot of monetization stuff on YouTube. And to be honest, I still kind of don't. I kind of come from that old guard perspective, and that's not to say that that's right or anything, but I do distinctly remember a time on YouTube before a lot of the monetization stuff got into it. And in a way, I do kind of miss those days. But also, too, my perspective has shifted in a lot of ways. I guess to get into it, my original problem with a lot of monetized content is I think there is a significant number of YouTubers that kind of let the monetization alter or otherwise shift the type of stuff they produce in ways that I think aren't great. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I think the thumbnail with the person screaming or face cam videos or reaction videos where it's obvious that the reaction is fake just so people click on it and like, oh wow, look at this person fake out even though they're not reacting, they're just acting, like that sort of stuff. I think that stuff is at its best makes everyone that kind of does the YouTube gaming culture thing look kind of juvenile and stupid. And I think at its worst, it's actually really exploitive and honestly kind of shitty. I mean, just look at that CS:GO gambling thing, which is a big kerfuffle right now. If you're watching this years from now or whatever, there's some YouTubers got in trouble basically sending their mostly child audience over to a site that they ran, which they did not disclose that they ran, to go and gamble away expensive CS:GO merch or skins or whatever for guns and stuff, and just stuff like that. And not like that sort of thing in particular, but there's a lot of scummy parts of the whole YouTube monetization thing that leads into this whole culture that I think just is kind of shitty. And I mean, I haven't taken too many marketing courses just because I haven't really had to. It's more been other like tech related stuff, but the slight business marketing stuff I've picked up from my university, there is a difference between marketing your brand and raising awareness for your product or service and being really shitty and exploiting people. And I feel like a lot of times, a lot of YouTube content creators make that line a lot blurrier in ways that I'm not entirely comfortable with. And I think if a lot more people understood it, probably wouldn't be either. Especially when you take into account a lot of the people that spend their time watching these YouTube content creators are children, especially because most of them don't have the money to go out and afford a bunch of games and stuff. It's just easier to go and watch like a Let's Play or a funny little video and get the entertainment that way for a lot of kids. And I mean, it's free, it's easy to access, and yeah. So like just stuff like that in general, I'm not a fan of. But I guess where my perspective kind of started to shift on a lot of that. One thing I do want to say is I'm not trying to say that anyone who monetizes their content is like that. There's a lot of people that monetize their YouTube stuff, and they're perfectly fine. I like to believe it's the vast majority of people that monetize their YouTube content play fair and they're responsible about it. But there's a significant number of popular people who are not, which is, in my opinion, really shitty. But um, I guess in general, where my opinion started to shift about it is that there's only so much time as you get older that you can really start to dedicate towards something like this for free. And money, like, I mean, I bought a capture card earlier. There's quite a few games and stuff I probably wouldn't have bought had it not be to like talk about on the channel or do something with. And there's a point where it's just kind of silly to start to justify doing that as a hobby and on your own, free time without any sort of compensation for that work. And I am very much so a believer that people who create things that other people enjoy should be paid for it. Um, I mean, I am also of the belief that the people that are within that audience of that creator should have some sort of say about how much they do get paid for their work and, determining how valuable that work is. But that's a different subject for another time, I suppose. But yeah, I guess it just really got to a point with me where it's hard to even get motivated to do this thing without really getting anything other than the sense of accomplishment and the positive feedback and stuff like that. And for a lot of people, I'm sure that is enough, but just with my current life and just how busy I am with other stuff, there's honestly a few times in there where I'm like, is it even worth doing this anymore? Which years ago I would have never thought I would have been saying that, but you know, especially in college, and that's the age I'm in. Life changes and it can change fast. So really, what I'm trying to get at here is, I want to monetize my channel, if only because it incentivizes me to create more stuff for you guys, and also because in a way, I hope it kind of rekindles that passion I felt when I first started out, and just I had the most fun in the world doing this thing, and to kind of get me off my ass, and sometimes set aside some more time to dedicate to this thing, because this is something I still love doing. It's just there are times where it's hard to motivate myself, especially when there's so much other stuff going on, like I said. So that's kind of what that's all about. Other than that, I don't know what else I want to talk about regarding the monetization stuff, other than I guess in a way, even though I am monetized, like I said before, I really don't like how there's a lot of creators that do certain things the way they do because they're optimizing their channel to increase revenue, and I don't want to do that. I want to create content first, and if it gets content flagged and I can't make money off of it, oh well, whatever. There's other stuff that I'm sure I can make money off of, so who cares, right? I don't want to alter or change around how I do things too much just for the sake of making some extra cash. I'd rather focus on making stuff that I'm interested in and I feel passionate about than kind of forcing how I do things to bend over backwards for algorithms, if that makes sense. I don't want to do that with this. This is something that primarily I want to have fun with. I just also decided I might as well monetize and give myself that incentive to keep going with this thing more. And I think it'll work. I'm pretty excited about it. It'll be nice in a way to get some sort of more physical feedback for doing what I do, even if it admittedly probably won't be much, if at all, honestly. But I'm not a big YouTuber. Let's be serious here. But yeah, I thought it would be a fun little change of pace for this channel, and I'm pretty excited about it. But other than that, uh, kind of leading into what I was just talking about, that Digital Devil Saga Let's Play that I started a little while ago that has since gone missing. A lot of people ask me about that. I don't know how else to put it, but I love Digital Devil Saga to death. I just love that game, but I just couldn't muster up any more energy to talk about it. And I feel like part of it is I just can't talk about a lot of Megaten stuff with the same fire and energy that I used to. It's just kind of I've burnt out a little bit, I guess. I don't know how else to put it, but uh, I didn't want to make something that if the DDS LP continued, it would have been really fucking boring, and I don't think people would have actually enjoyed it just because I probably wouldn't have too much to say, and it probably would have uploaded even slower than the SMT1 LP already has, and there are two games involved, so I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to pull the plug on that one before it becomes something that's shit that I don't want to put out and not be proud of. Um, the SMT1 LP, on the other hand, I do want to continue, and I will continue. I'm almost done, honestly. So, Neutral Route should be ending soon. Getting through the final part of that game is kind of a pain in the ass recording wise, just because it's infamous for being terrible. But I'll do it. The Chaos and Law routes, I kind of want to dedicate like maybe one or two videos each to, and just kind of showing off the slight differences in the endings there. those may be a little while more just because I have to do a lot of recording for both of those, obviously, and I kind of need to then edit it down into a presentable thing. So those might not be available for a while uh, after I finish the neutral route, but we'll see. But yeah, I guess in general, just because I have been so much busier with like college and work stuff, I kind of want to just take the time to say I probably am going to hold off on the Let's Plays a little bit. They're the most time consuming thing I make, and I think, I think in a way a lot of people really appreciate them, and I know a lot of people have, messaged me saying like, oh, I'm their favorite Let's Player and stuff, and I'm super flattered. It's just life, life is kind of not cooperating with me on that front right now, and I don't want to make something that is going to take forever to come out like the SMT1 LP has, and to be honest, I'm still sorry about that. That's really bad on my part. But also, I don't want to start to like force making stuff for the sake of making stuff that's going to turn out shit. So, yeah, I'll probably, if I do Let's Play a thing, it's probably going to be something that's intentionally something I'm both interested in and something that's a lot shorter to do. So, probably not any sort of RPG or thing like that, which kind of sucks because a lot of the games I am interested enough to talk in, I feel, are longer games or at least RPGs, but we'll figure it out. And even more so than that, I've made some reference before, like, hey, maybe one day down the line I'll do SMT2 or Kyoyaku Megami Tensei or some other Megaten thing or whatever, and I wouldn't plan on it, honestly. Maybe super far down the line, I might do like Kyoyaku or something, but I just want to hold off on making any promises on that because you guys already saw the SMT1 LP has been taking forever to get out, and I feel like SMT1 is a game that has a very special place in my heart, and the other Megaten games, other than like Devil Survivor 2, uh, don't so much. At least not in a way that I can talk to. Like, I can talk at length about SMT1 and how that game works and the story and stuff. Not so much with a lot of those other games. Like, I love them, but I don't think I could talk about them enough to fill an entire Let's Play in the same style as I did SMT1. At least not nowadays. But, yeah, I do want to do more Let's Play stuff, though. Just, I'm gonna be a little bit more cautious about, I don't want to jump the gun and start something that I can't commit to and finish, I guess. So I'm going to try and be more careful with that. And when I do finally, make a thing, I want to try and update more frequently so we don't have another SMT1 situation where it takes an actual year to finish up. So, yeah. But other than that, then, I do want to say, though, the feedback for the SMT1 LP has been incredibly positive. I kind of started that project with the intention of making what I thought would be the best video Let's Play of SMT1 available, at least on YouTube. And I feel like, I mean, that's not a judgment for me to make, that's a judgment for every viewer and whatnot to make. But even if I didn't, I feel like I did a pretty damn good job. And so far, the response I've gotten has been pretty much nothing but positive things, I think. So. That's been really satisfying to see on a creative level that everyone's been enjoying it as much as they have. That's been pretty nice. But yeah, other than Let's Play stuff, I have talked about this before. I do want to take my hand at doing some more video essay style content. I made one video kind of in that style about the beginner's guide that I made. I think it was in like October or something of last year. I put it up, and a decent amount of people liked it. And I just want to do stuff more in that style. That's just me critically analyzing a thing or just talking about something I find interesting within a game or something in the gaming culture industry at large, I guess. So just something that's a little bit more of a production, I guess. A lot of my content and stuff right now is just audio only, like podcasts or just audio only reviews, and I kind of want to take some time to make some more higher production stuff in that style that maybe I can use to talk about some stuff that I find interesting, and I'm looking forward to that. I have a Demon Souls script that I need to just go out, record, and then edit. I already have all the footage for it and stuff. I just need to actually talk over my script, and then a few other ideas I don't want to reveal quite yet because I've said some stuff on social media before about videos I planned to make, and then I ended up scrapping because I didn't feel confident that they'd turn out well, and a lot of that, admittedly, is probably me being way too harsh on my own work. But I don't know, better safe than sorry, I guess. I don't like to make shit if I can avoid it, but I still make a lot of shit anyway, so whatever. I guess I kind of want to make this channel a mixture of my older content, so like the audio only reviews, the podcast episodes, the occasional let's play and stuff like that, but also introduce and kind of blend into the mix some more critical and analytical, more production, like higher production videos. Especially now that I have my capture card and I have the ability to do that. It's just a matter of writing out scripts and recording them and finding the time to do all that. And like I said, now that I'm monetizing my stuff, hopefully that's kind of a kick in the butt to get me to actually do that instead of just sitting on my ass and playing Monster Hunter or whatever the hell else I do to waste time. That being said, speaking of the whole future of the channel and whatnot, if you're here for kind of the Mega 10 stuff, and only the Mega 10 stuff, you might not be too happy, or you might not find it here anymore. I this is hard for me to talk about because I don't want to say I'm never gonna have Mega 10 stuff or talk about it ever, because I mean I will. Mega 10 still one of my favorite game series of all time, if not my favorite JRPG series. But I don't know, like if you're looking for me to make a video or something talking about some random gameplay mechanic that's exclusive to Devil's Summoner 1 or something, you're not gonna find it here. And I feel bad because I mean my channel for a while was almost exclusively Mega 10 stuff and all that, but I kind of want to move on, to be honest. There's so much more stuff I'd rather talk about, and there's a lot of stuff that I just there's so much stuff out there that's beyond Mega 10, and I really and in a way I kind of pigeonholed myself into being the Mega 10 guy. I never really intended for that, I guess, at the start, but it kind of just led into that as I got more involved with the community and stuff, and kind of trying to get out of that now. I like I said, it'll still come up. I'm still super excited for Persona 5 SMT4 Final or Apocalypse now. Uh, it's just I don't want to exclusively focus on that anymore, and I don't think that I'm just going to talk about the stuff from Mega 10 that I'm personally invested and interested in. Like you're not going to see me making Demi Kids videos probably unless I somehow stumble onto that game and have a lot of fun with it. But what I played of Demi Kids, it was only okay. But yeah, other than that, I do want to kind of close this out with just a general statement that I guess I've kind of felt the need to make for a while just because of the frequency of messages and stuff I've gotten regarding it. Um, I just want to put this out there. You don't need my permission or my approval to make your own Mega 10 theories or videos or whatever you want to make Mega 10 wise. I'm not some sort of guardian or gatekeeper or like important figure that you need to go to for a lot of that stuff. I mean, a lot of it has just been people that are like, "Hey, want to talk about Mega 10 stuff?" And not really, to be honest. Or if I do, I'll talk about it with my friends. But no, but not only that though. There's a lot of people that would really, want my opinion on like, hey, do you mind if I start making Megami Tensei YouTube videos, or do you think my theory checks out, or do you think my theory is okay to post? And I'm not, I'm I'm just a guy, I guess is what I want to say. I'm just a guy who happened to make some Mega 10 related stuff that a fair number of people liked, and got behind. I'm not like a figurehead or like some sort of important key figure that you need to get approval from. Like, you can, I don't know, like, I see so many people message me or try to get in contact with me that I can feel have that same sort of like fire and passion for the series that I did when I started out and, made all the stuff I did and whatever. And I'm just kind of baffled. I'm just like, why don't you like just go out and do it? Like, you don't, you know, need me to give you the okay. You can just go out and do it, and people will react however they'll react, and that's how creation works, I guess. But I think there's a lot of people that kind of, message me with stuff like that because they don't want to feel like they're barging in on my turf or territory or something. And I'm gonna just kind of spoil that for you. The territory or turf doesn't really exist. Like, I don't own Megaton. I'm just a fan who happened to make some stuff. Like, you don't need my okay to make stuff, is what I guess I'm trying to say. Like, you can just go out and do it, and hey, that's on you. So have fun, go out, make stuff. But yeah, I really want to make this channel more than just Mega 10 stuff. I mean, in just the last 2 years alone, there's been so many amazing games that have come out that I think it'd just be a shame to not talk about some of them, I guess, is kind of where I'm headed with this. Now, that being said, I know there's probably a lot of people watching that don't really care about my stuff beyond the Mega 10 stuff. And if you guys want to jump off the ship at this point, that's fine. I really don't mind. That's on you. And I mean, hey, thanks for sticking with me thus far. There's definitely a lot of people subscribed to me that only did so because of SMT related stuff. And hey, I don't really mind if as I shift my content towards something different, they decide they don't want to follow along with me. That's totally fair. So, but yeah, I'm really excited about this whole change and general thing, and I hope I can kind of find a way to integrate this thing with my current lifestyle more, I guess. I don't know. It's so weird to say it like that, but yeah, I don't know. I have kind of like 7 things to brag about on my professional resume, and of those 7 things, about 4 of them have happened within the past like 8 months, probably. So, yeah, it's been an exciting time in my life, and I'm gonna try and spend a little bit more of that time on this whole YouTube thing if I can, just because it's a good healthy way for me, I think, to express creativity, and I have fun with it. So, but yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching through this whole thing. I'm sure it's gonna turn out pretty long after editing. So, yep, have a good night, guys. Bye.